you have had a pretty successful independent rap career.
Yeah.
I spoke with AD about this a few weeks ago, and he was essentially saying, like, man, this personality shit, I've made like 10 times more than I've ever made rap.
Facts.
Are you in that same boat?
I'm super in that boat.
Yeah.
I was in that boat before him. But yeah.
Yeah.
But definitely, yeah. I found that's why I started doing the Mac Eats, and that's why I fully kind of just went that lane, because it just takes too much as a rap artist. You gotta put too much money, you gotta invest all of that into it, and you're not sure if you're gonna, you know what I'm saying?
If you're gonna get any money back, and then again,
you might not get any money back for a few years.
Also,
and if you do, then you have to sign a deal. And I mean, you probably got to sign a deal, and everybody's got their hands in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Versus this, you don't really need to do shit. You just get a computer and you know
what I look
get
at too is like, I feel like guys like AD who like had like fans. You guys are fucking successful artists independently, but like that music almost was like an investment into getting people interested into who you are, which makes you able to go on Vlad and makes you able to go and now be your own, have your own YouTube channel.
Yeah, so it's just growing. It's just the growth and just being able to reinvent yourself. You feel me? And I think that's a trait that is necessary for survival in this game, but
in life.
In life, yeah, you got to be able to reinvent yourself.
I'm curious. You go on Vlad often? Would you say a few times a year?
Yeah, I haven't been on Vlad for a minute, but
were you ever a part of his like paying regular guest program?
Yeah.
So you would get a bag for each interview?
Yeah, I always get a bag over there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Shout out to Vlad, man.
Yeah, shout out to Vlad, man. How you doing?
I don't know. I mean, that's like if it works, right? I mean, because I think a lot of people probably give him like a bad rep, but to me, it's like I don't know many other platforms that like monetarily cut you in on.
But he said that since he started doing that, his shit exploded even more. He made even more money.
Well, because if it's working,
right?
Like with Boozy.
Right.
Like every Boozy interview like
goes crazy.
Come on, like,
and he clips that shit a million times.
Oh, clips it crazy.
He started that.
He's the clip god.
He's the clip god. Shout out to Vlad.
No, he's the reason why we clip him and Joe Rogan. The reason we clip our shit.
Right.
It makes sense.
I think who did it first, Vlad or Joe Rogan?
I think Vlad did for sure. No, I think Vlad did that for sure.
Yeah, Vlad started doing it. He everybody was like, at first when I saw that, I didn't understand. Like, you know what I mean? But once I started looking at the numbers,
do you
I was
clip
like,
your stuff?
I mean, for
your interviews?
For my interviews, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the new way.
Yeah.
Shout out to Vlad for that, man.
So when you're like, okay, so what is I'm curious, just from like being on this side of things, when you hit the road, when you decide to do a Mac Eats, right?
Yeah.
What does your team look like? How many people are hitting the road with you? How many cameramen do you got? Like, what is your like setup? Like, what is your kind of like your squad?
It depends where I'm going. You know what I mean? It depends where I'm going. But usually, bro, I go with my cameraman and I go with myself and maybe one homie, and you know what I'm saying, and whatever else we need to.
One camera every time.
One camera every time. That's what I do. One camera.
That's great.
Yeah.
You're getting some great shit. You guys ever fly drones?
I mean, we have. Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
A few episodes. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
What is like for you is the goal to eventually, because I think YouTube is the new TV. So when people are like, oh, I'm going to make it on TV, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like,
right. Yeah, nobody cares about TV.
No one gives a fuck.
Just like nobody cares about radio.
Respectfully, as someone who's on the radio in 18 cities, no one gives a fuck. But for you, what is like because we've seen Action Bronson do this kind of first, right? With Fuck That's Delicious, and he's turned that into restaurants and food trucks and books and all that. Like for you, what do you want to take Mac Eats in terms of like, how do you want to scale this thing, man?
I mean, all that. Like I'm gonna do a restaurant, you know what I'm saying? Do some sauces, you know what I mean?
The sauces will go crazy.
Sauces, you know what I mean? Do different stuff. Like, I mean, the sky's the limit, honestly. Like, I don't know. I might do whatever. But
have you had any offers to do any TV stuff yet?
What, TV stuff?
Yeah, like I'm sure I
have.
Yeah,
but I just
turned it down.
Yeah, I'm not really. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, the TV stuff is like we making money on this. Like if it's not if it's not gonna be like a super big situation, or if it's not gonna
Right.
be a super big bag, then why would I? You know what I mean? Like I think I'm waiting for the right thing to come along. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like for you it would make sense if it was like a prestigious like Netflix situation,
Right, like
something
something-
like that. Because even if
Something
like,
that's really gonna put me.
it'll
you know,
it'll
on-
raise your profile and it'll raise your funds in every other capacity.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So